Greetings. This is a research on purchasing behavior on halal food products during movement control order. Quantitative evidence from COVID-19 pandemic by Sharifah Zanira Said Marzuki, Hasni Abdullah, Roslili Abdul Halim, Siti Zahra Buyung and Muhammad Izraik. COVID-19 has transformed routines into new norms. Cretio Coronavirus Survey in Jibri Ismail Dogwi and Debabi stated that people have movement restrictions unless for important needs like food, decreasing household consumptions, and changing their life and spending habits. During crises, consumer behavior changes drastically and spending on food generally rise. Based on food consumption during the pandemic, a study on the purchasing behavior on halal food products relating to religiosity, limitation to access and supplies, and also on security conditions is seen significant. This study will look into consumer decision making in buying halal food during a crisis like COVID 19. Halal market and demand for halal food have been popular in non-academic articles. Nevertheless, academic literature on purchasing behavior on halal food during crises is extremely sparse. According to Shafi'i and Othman, halal is unique Islamic concept. It doesn't just mean food, but also integral to the Islamic way of life. In their study on Malaysian consumers' decision-making process in shopping for halal food, Al-Haran and Low stated that Islamic rules and manners govern individual Muslims and they reflect Islamic ideas and values. Abdul, Ismail Hashim and Johari mentioned that the impact of religion on food consumption depends on the religion itself and its teachings. Regarding food quality assurance, only halal food is fit for consumption because good food delivers good mind and soul. However, COVID 19 has shattered the global economy, demanding consumers to wisely differentiate between needs and wants. Searching for halal food or products with genuine halal logo and certification during online purchasing is challenging. The restrictions of movement and limitation of access and supplies of food is so profound during this health crisis. Regarding halal food consumption, trust is a prominent attribute in consumer decision making. Globally, Muslims try to fulfill their religious requirements despite restrictions. Adding to trust or familiarity, the Islamic symbols on food packaging also influence purchase decision among Muslim consumers. Awan Nabil and Haider found that some Muslim consumers would spend considerable efforts and money to purchase halal food. A research has also been done that looks at religiosity and consumers' buying behavior towards halal products. Furthermore, religiosity is a main determining factor of behavior and attitudes of people. In another aspect of buying food during pandemic, a survey on COVID-19 virus outbreak lockdown has revealed that respondents would consume all the food items they have been bought. Thus, the results indicated also that there were positive changes in food purchasing behavior that related to better food shopping performance. The notion of positive changes means that consumers are more mindful of their food purchasing. It is reported by Jibri et al. That cash on delivery has been the most popular payment during COVID 19. Delivery services has become so important during COVID-19 situation for people to receive food and supplies. However, in Belgium, despite the government's directive to stay at home, Muslims still leave their homes to buy halal groceries because small Islamic store businesses lack online shopping and home delivery services. This behavior is supported by findings from Bila et al., where they found that consumer behavior and purchase intention were significantly influenced by consumers' habits and knowledge of halal food. The association of trust is so sensitive on how it is handled by a company as there is a significant relationship between religion and halal logo and ingredients. Access to halal food is not so critical in Muslim countries if compared to non Muslim countries where COVID 19 strikes. Businesses and non-profits should take proactive measures to find ways to ensure supplying their customers with the goods and services they acquire. This study was based on an online survey in Malaysia using a self administered structured questionnaire. Questions were in English and administered from April the 5th until April 14th during MCO. MCO in Malaysia started on March 18, 2020. Respondents were recruited on a voluntary basis and were asked to fill in a Google form. A total of 331 Muslim respondents have answered 15 questions on religiosity, purchasing behavior during COVID 19, and on access and supplies of halal food. Primary survey data analysis covered in frequency counts and percentages using SPSS version 25. Demographics in Table 1 indicate that 72% of the respondents are females and most of them, 61%, are below 25 years old. Highest response comes from the group of monthly household income below 3,000 ringgit. Majority of the respondents, which is 70%, who answered the survey preferred offline platforms when buying food during MCO, and they frequently purchase wet food, around 61%. This survey's data gathering method has limitations. Conducting online surveys are direct, simple, cheap, and do not demand for physical contact between the researchers or interviewers and the respondents. However, such surveys could not reach people that are not information technology savvy and having difficulties in accessing internet. Table 2 shows the descriptive statistics for purchasing behavior on halal food products during MCO. The mean for ensuring food from halal sources is 4.63. This variable is the highest mean, while the lowest mean is do not mind buying from without halal logo during the MCO, which is 2.18. For standard deviation, the highest one is for don't mind buying without halal logo with 1.26, while lowest standard deviation is ensuring food from halal sources with 0.66. It shows that the Muslim respondents are very particular in searching for halal food and ensuring that food they consume must come from halal sources. Furthermore, they are very concerned about halal logo and halal certification when buying consumer products, in particular throughout this pandemic issue of COVID 19. From Table 2, respondents don't see the limited access, limited supplies of food, and unsecured situation during COVID 19 as difficulties to maintain their adherence to Islamic dietary law. They are very particular in searching for halal food as the mean for that is 4.56, and majority of them consider themselves as religious as far as Islamic teaching is concerned. In this context, people tend to feel better and safe on seeing a certification as it signifies a standard that needs to be followed, as Susi and Zahaf. So, in conclusion, the influence of religion on food practices of Muslims is well documented. The most well known being the prescriptions within the Quran and Hadith forbidding certain food and drinks as well as those guiding the slaughter of animals for consumption. Syed Marzuki has reiterated on food consumption in a notable way. Food is the basic needs for human and some people have dietary restrictions according to their religions and belief in relation in food consumption. Muslims with halal, Jews with kosher, Hindus restricting themselves from eating beef, and some people being vegetarians. Halal food isn't mainly about slaughtering animals or halal meat. Instead, it entails more than that. It starts from the production, handling, distribution, storage, display, packaging, and labeling of food through to its preparation and serving. In fact, the whole food supply chain must be halal. This research on purchasing halal food products during COVID 19 provides a hopeful lesson not only to local entrepreneurs in Malaysia but entrepreneurs worldwide. Halal food market is vast and Muslim followers are indeed particular on their food consumption. Trust is an ultimate element and is believed to influence interpersonal behavior more than any when halal food and matters are discussed. The academic literature by Capuccio on Disaster Prevention has reported that government plans on disaster should be focused on preparedness at community level. This study supports evidence from Bill that emphasis on involvement of citizens and awareness of disaster is a strategy to ensure sustainability is well taken into. Thank you.